Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And I want to make up for yesterday. I did record a morning drive video about hardware wallets, but between the commute and the topics I want to cover, there just wasn't enough time, and the quality was really lacking. And like I said on X, I promised to do my best for all of you. So today, let's get into hardware wallets. Are they really what they seem? Let's find out. Now, I'm not one of those who always looks at the charts, but today I received a notification via X, and I highly suggest everyone have an X account if you're going to be in crypto world. And it was basically a well, a bit of a precipitous drop in Thorchain, which you see right here. It's trending. It's trending because it's down in this one 45%. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, that ain't good. So I pulled up my wallet. This one you see here. And let me change that to, let me invert the color scheme. All right. Let me actually just get rid of this. Get ready for white, bright white. Oh, that's so bright. Oh, goodness. Burns my eyes. Okay. I can't do that to people anymore. Okay, it's going back. It's going back. Oh, whew, can't stand that. But anyway, this particular wallet, it asked me for a username and passcode. As many of you know, I've been serious crypto since 2017. First heard about Bitcoin before even the first block was mined. Guys like me don't use username and passcode, passwords, passcodes. We have, well, in the case of this wallet, just a mild step up from that. But according to this, Infuria.com, which I joke is Infuria because it infuriates you whenever you interact with it, insisted that I have a username and passcode. Well, fortunately, I lost so much money that I don't care. On principle, I care. But I got stuck, and I was like, wow, this is a perfect example of third-party wallets. Third-party wallets always have an issue. And this particular one was very good to me for a very long time. It was, yeah, without KYC. Yeah, okay. I guess technically it's not, but it was still, a bit disturbing. Yeah. So lost around $100 now because Thorchain has dropped precipitously. Now let's refresh this page and see how badly that is. So it's refreshing now. Pardon my slow internet connection. Okay, so we're around. It went up by a penny to $1.18. Okay, this is a one-day drop, and so I did scroll down before recording this video. Nanos this eerily similar to Terra Luna's collapse. That was 8 days ago. This one about a crash amid bankruptcy fears, and I was like, okay, I don't really follow those two outlets. I guess I'll have to now. And then this other one, the last one, shows some bullish signs. Okay. Well, if you go on X, well, some people are still going to hold it because they lost so much. So it's like, why bother selling? And they're like, well, if you get rid of the lending protocol, maybe it'll come back up. I just got to laugh at this, ladies and gentlemen. It's just so crazy. And I did download the Thor wallet, and I guess I brain farted and just never transferred over to that. And this really reinforces the point that sometimes these software wallets will have better functionality than the hardware wallets. And you're going to see why in a little bit. And again, what I'm going to do is post links to the articles I referred to in the description so you can confirm and verify for yourself. Don't trust me, don't trust any other YouTubers. Do your own research, okay? And none of this is any kind of advice whatsoever, not financial advice, nor tax advice, nor legal advice. And I feel kind of passionately about this, so I might rattle off at the mouth a little bit. It's just experience, opinion, and conjecture. So we'll just leave it at that. Okay. Now, good old XRP. Yeah, even she's been taking a bit of a dip, and this is not a market crash. I mean, look at that. It's only 5.4% on the 1 day. Now, of course, if you go out on the month, yeah, you can see things a little differently. It's roughly the same to where it was January. That's not bad at all. Now, oh, that's the banker's coin. I can hear some of my friends from crypto world right now. Yes, it is. It's a banker's coin. Uh, and the banks need a coin. They're moving value. The commodities markets need a coin. They need value moved. Now, it's not the same as well. I didn't pull up XTC with their global trade, focusing on the global trade of goods, etc. I'm just trying to keep it simple and on point here. But let's look at the counterbalance of it all. Monero. Monero is only down 2.1 on the day. And on the month, wow. On the month, it is just above where it was in January. So we're just having a little mild correction here with one event in Thorchain. And that's definitely not the Black Swan. So, and the next was that wallet I was talking about here, which was really a good wallet, but somehow Infuria got involved and infuriated me. So I'm sure I got a referral code somewhere, but I'm not going to refer it. Now, in the spirit of what we're talking about here with hardware wallets, I've had two hardware wallets that come to mind: Ledger and SafeKey. Um, Now you're going to find a lot of these third-party hardware wallets or hybrid hardware wallets are more focused to particular blockchains, and of course, the vast majority of them are, we'll call them Bitcoin centric. Usually, well, let's just say that they're uh, predominantly Bitcoin centric, and they are focused usually on one particular blockchain. Now, we're going to go into my experience that I've discussed before, and this is with the Ledger wallet. In this particular case, this refers to something published at the end of 2020, December 21st, 2020. As you can see there, a hacker published stolen email and mailing addresses, 270,000 Ledger cryptocurrency wallet users. Well, also, the phone numbers was taken. Additionally, there was a scam letter or a scam email that was sent as well. Now, there was a lot of extortion going on. And like I said before, sometimes people in life do stupid things that they regret. And that's the good side of privacy. In my humble opinion, you're going to make mistakes in life, and hopefully you learn from them. And you move on, and you don't repeat the mistake. That's just life. However, because that's so prevalent in the world, you got these things going. I recently became aware of your blah blah blah. I also live in da da da. I'm not afraid to invade your home. I don't want to make this any harder than it has to be. uh, uh, I'm going to have to show up when you least expect it to see how my wrench works against your face. Blah, blah, blah. This is actually stuff that people got. Yeah. And as I've mentioned before, I got those texts too. And I thought it was a union rep who gave out my information. Turns out it wasn't. It was a SAC. And, well, that's a whole other story. Uh, but yeah, so you see, it damages lives. Now, here was their response. And their response by clicking cookies. All right, we'll allow it. Come on, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Okay, typical. Uh, Regarding a data breach. Okay, what happened? What personal information was out? They talk to you like you're five. Okay, maybe 10. What we have done, what we are doing, what you can do. Now, in a lot of ways, these kind of responses are very condescending. Uh, they're like, educate yourself on general principles. Well, that's why you have a hardware wallet, or at least that was the case, because you were educated on general security principles. And more precisely, our article about phishing attacks, they're blaming the end user. Pure and simple. We are extremely regretful for that. We take privacy very seriously. We discovered this issue thanks to our own bug bounty program. We fixed it immediately. No, well, yeah, you know what? Go ahead, look this up yourself. Do your own research, and you'll see what concerns me. And this was in July of 2020, and that they did this release, and I guess nobody heard about it, which is why this guy's article was released months later. So it, it just goes to show, like, a lot of these old school ones, uh, well, let me just say, the only way I found out about this was on X. I do believe it was still Twitter at the time. And a French reporter put a post up because Leisure's based in France. And without that French reporter putting it up, I don't think anyone really would have heard of it. And I followed up later. The last thing I followed up on is it went to this one particular magistrate, and people were uncertain about what kind of decision he was going to make. And I just said, you know what? I got to let that go. I didn't have anything on there. Nobody got anything. So I just got to let go. So I did. So now that you understand why I am suspicious about these third party hardware wallets, this is from Tangem. Now, I initially was very interested in Tangem. And I was like, oh, 2 or 3 cards, you got this, you got that. And then I saw a gentleman's video. And the gentleman on YouTube here, I'll see if I can find it and attempt to put it in the description. But basically, short version is that he was able to see that they're in when they set up the wallet on Tangem, they generate a seed phrase for you. You don't see that seed phrase. That's a huge thing for people who are in crypto world. I need to know my seed phrase. That's just as important as knowing your private keys, um, which is what is stored on a wallet. It's not the actual token; those are on the blockchain. It's your keys, your private keys, like the keys in your pocket. That's where these are held. In your particular case, a hardware wallet, you access it. The really old school way is through your seed phrase. Now, they got the seed phrase, and that they are not going to keep your seed phrase. I mean, like, who really does that? If anything, it'll be stored on your device. Um, I haven't researched that part yet, but I do not believe that Tangent can actually access that. But this gentleman, he had his own seed phrase generator and generated his own seed phrase and saved it. And he had some issue that he discussed in this video. I can't recall what. And fortunately, he had a card. If I remember this right, he had a card and the seed phrase that he generated, so he's able to restore his wallet. And he said it was extremely difficult. And this gentleman sounded like he really knew what he was talking about, and he had an issue with it. So I'm like, okay, Tangent was a big name, but yeah, and they do seem to have a lot of the coins that we, presumably you follow me because you're big on ISO, DAG, etc. Um, that we hold. And I was like, okay, I guess Tangent's out of the picture. And there was a couple of questions about their chips. And again, if I find that gentleman's video, I'll send it to you because he really goes in depth on that. So let me just take a sip of this here. So, um, looking further into these hardware wallets, specifically for the coins that we have, pretty much the only one I had that was available was Decent. And Decent seems like a pretty decent wallet, right? Well, here's the problem. Now, this particular one, Athena-alpha.com, it appears to be extremely Bitcoin centric. They even say up here, no, regardless of whether you're Bitcoin only or want to risk your hard earned money on altcoins for some strange reason, please don't. You'll just become exit liquidity. There are far better options available to you. Okay, we're in ISO coins. We see things the other way around when it comes to exit liquidity, but it's their platform, and they are well respected. And I highlighted this here: the complete lack of openness with respect to their code base, coupled with there being very little information on how they generate or store your private keys, is a huge red flag to us. Well, it's a huge red flag to me too. Um, and he gave it a 2.1 out of 5. 6 out of 25 on privacy. 6 out of 25. That's less than 25%. Code not available, code not open source, cannot be built from source. And that's for code reproducibility. Because what you often have is these, not too often nowadays, but what was often an unfortunate thing was that hardware wallets would go into existence and then just disappear, and you got this hardware wallet, and you want a hardware wallet, or in some cases, regular desktop wallets, what have you, and you're like, I gotta get off here. You would reproduce, you would rebuild from the code itself, the binaries and everything else, access your crypto, and then put it onto another wallet. And eventually, wallets, especially Bitcoin world, uh, wallets were able to import. Import was very huge. It was like a go-to word, a buzzword at the time. So with their Bitcoin centric focus, this is how it's a good thing, because they're able to show, hey, there's a lot of difficulty with this wallet. So honestly, I was like, well, it is the one that is really for the ISO coins. Let me look into it a little further. Well, then I came upon this. Requirements for the firmware update. Now, I've had this experience before with SafeKey where if you harden your Windows for privacy, you're not able, pardon me, to do a firmware update, at least with SafeKey. And I was like, well, this is really not good. Um, I'm leaving myself vulnerable. That's like leaving your car overnight with the windows down. I mean, it's crazy. Or the door's unlocked. And you have to keep your firmware up to date. Well, it turns out with Decent, uh, firmware can only be updated from personal computer running 64-bit OS, Windows or Mac. Okay, I would say the predominant amount of Windows has 64-bit for the operating system. You might have traces of 32 or 86 on yours. You can go in and figure out if yours is a 32 or not. Just type it in, pull up how to do it. But what I highlighted here, and I said, wait a minute, the way they worded that, it says must, and this is number two, mind you, must use Google Chrome browser. Must use Google Chrome browser, not just Chromium like Microsoft Edge or Brave browser or predominantly most of the other browsers out there are now Chromium. They specifically said Google Chrome browser. Now, I've known a lot of developers who are like, oh, just do it on Google Chrome. And I'm like, no, no, I don't do all this privacy stuff just to leave it open like that and do things on Google Chrome. No, no, I hardly have Google on here. I only have it on here because I keep it at such a minimal amount because Windows being Windows decides to stop doing their Edge browser in their own proprietary and just swaps it over to Chromium. I freaked out that day. um, and then you have the other little things. You have to have a bridge installed on there. So now that bridge, you have to trust that bridge. And there's just, that's a lot of trust that you're putting into this. And I have trust issues. That's why I'm looking into hardware wallets because I have trust issues. You're expecting me to trust you. It's crypto. The reason behind smart contracts is that nobody trusts each other. Um, Bitcoin, with its focus on mining, because people are, mm, well, I don't want to say selfish, but uh, they're focused on themselves and their own best advantage. And Bitcoin, the way it's designed with its mining and everything else, takes advantage of that. Um, I could go on, but I'm not buying a hardware wallet to trust them. I'm just not doing it. Now, I wanted to touch on the nation state threat. Now, Decent is based in South Korea. Um, Korean people are awesome, some of the most intelligent people in the world. However, my concern is the ties between South and North amongst their elite peoples. So, now, mind you, I use third party software from South Korea. I really don't want to go into what I'm using and how I'm using it, but it's very quality software. And of course, you have to keep an eye on it because you have to make sure it's doing what you want it to do the way you want it done. And they take a different approach because they're from a different part of the world. So you got to monitor what you're using the software for. You don't turn on all the functions. You don't set anything to automatic, really. And or if you do, it's minimal. So I'm just not that trusting because there's a nation state threat model. There are attack vectors, etc. So let's see. I want to bring up this one, Trezor. Trezor is the other Mac Daddy. Um, I do believe they still say they're made by Satoshi Labs. That was the name that they came up with, at least back in the day. But what I want to focus on here, and I'm sorry for the bright background on that, but the EAL6 Plus Secure Element, that's quite good. I'm like, oh, this is really good. Haptic feedback, what you can feel. I was like, this is fabulous. And that's the Trezor Safe 5. Oh, sorry, that is really bright, that screen. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. And the next two are going to be bright too. Before I get into that, I want to show that they do have Trezor Safe 5 Freedom Edition. Only 2,100 serialized units. And it has a Liberty bronze backplate symbolizing independence. That, for a crypto libertarian guy like me, is, oh, I feel invigorated when I see that. Independence isn't given, it's taken. You gotta love that. And they call that the Freedom Edition. Now, I am not sponsored by Trezor in any way. I don't think I have an affiliate link for them. I'm just going to say that's pretty daggone awesome. I really like that. My freedom to truly own, to freely transact. Oh, gotta love that. I might buy it just to buy it. Own a piece of history before it's gone. I really love that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It's I like that. Become self-reliant. I mean, to a libertarian like me, this is just like 50 Shades of Awesome, you know. Um, and Trezor is based, I believe, in the Czech Republic. At least that's where I think Satoshi Labs is. And CPU ARM processor Cortex M33. I'd have to look into this a little more. 2 times 20 word wallet backup cards. Okay. Okay. Um, oh, that's the Safe 5. Right. Material. You know, it's good. And oh, a cut goes to the Trezor Academy. So you know, that's pretty darn good. Now I scroll down here, a part of Satoshi Labs Group. Okay. Um, oh, I wanted to say, oh, well, they do have an affiliate program. Ooh. Um, Reseller program. No, I wouldn't resell. Well, it's copyright belongs to Treasure Company SRO. I forgot what SRO means. Um, where are it just see where there is what are issues, product information. Uh, oh, yeah, yeah, they asked if it's safe to buy on Amazon. Um, they do have a Treasure Amazon store. Um, I would not do that. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying Amazon's bad for their security. I just wouldn't do anything like that. Um, yeah. Let's see. Can I get a discount? um, yeah, I'm looking to see where they're based. I want to say they're still based in the Czech Republic. But now let me go back here. Anytime you looking at a hardware wallet, you have to go to supported coins section. Now, I went in this a little bit and I started looking. And I left up on this one, Casper, because I think Casper is, well, this is the Casper AI. Um, let's not get bogged down in particulars here. But point is that this is only the Casper that's on the BNB Smart Chain. It's not the native token. If you're new to this, you have the native tokens and you have their derivatives basically that are on other blockchains. Often they're called wrapped. Now, Um, eh, you can swap in this, which is pretty cool. But I want to show you guys something else here that I looked up before. Sorry, sometimes the buttons don't want to go. There we go. Looked up H bar. The closest you can get is wrapped H bar on Sorcerer Swap. Sure. And their network, actually, let me just tap that, is okay. At least that's on Hedera Hashgraph. But you can only do the wrapped H bar, and it's through Sorcerer Swap. I'm not comfortable with that. Um, and then when you pull up XLM, Stellar Lumens, let's pull that up. Yeah, it has. You could do pretty much anything, right? But the wallet apps are Exodus, Stellarport, Account Viewer. Network is Stellar, but I, I just, I, I'm just not. I put it this way. Trezor is a good company. I don't know of any scandals with them. I looked around, I didn't see anything. And let me just pull up XRP here. You can use the Trezor Suite, which is their interactive that you would use your desktop with. You can use your Trezor Suite with XRP, and it's on the RippleNet, or I should say, the XRP network. Trezor Suite, for those of you who are coming to this from Ethereum, it's very much like you did with Ethereum. Um, yeah, you can pull up there, connect your hardware, track your clients. I wonder if they have a separate list that is involved with. Yeah, you can create multiple wallets. Yeah, but the coins specifically that are on that. Uh, hmm, yeah, they got Taproot for your Bitcoin. You got some coin control there, and you have Tor Network supports thousands of coins and tokens. Let's see if they're specific to. Uh, all right. Well, all right. Here we could see a lot of the Trezor Suites. You got some of the big names there. You got Litecoin, which is really starting to come up. Don't have Stellar. Got Link. Got Cardano. So for some people, this might be a really good option. Of course, XRP. Um, so it depends what you're into. Um, Presuming you're focused on the ISO coins, like I am. So these are things that you got to be aware of. Oh, here's what I wanted to show you guys. When it comes to XDC, the network is the XDCE crowd sale. Now, XDCE is the Ethereum XDC. It's not the native. Um, so I'm really thinking they're going to run some changes soon. I really hope. Quant, let's see what they got. Two networks on Quant. Ethereum and Energy. Okay, yeah, a lot of you might not know. You can buy Quant on the Energy network. I took a little look at that. Um, and I liked Energy, but you know, I, well, don't get me into Quant. They were always expensive, and the use of technology is changing. So what they want to be is the like the over protocol, like an overlord. I don't see that really being needed anymore, but that's just me. And then you got Flare. Yeah, it's got Flare networks, but your wallet apps are Rabby and MetaMask. And I'm not a big fan of MetaMask, but it is what it is. Another coin that I think will be a ISO coin is Jasmy, because I think there's a lot of secrets going on with that. Right? It's got some Jasmy on there, which is on Ethereum and it's on Trezor Suite. Yeah, I don't know. This could be. It's also on MetaMask, but yeah, Jasmy. So I don't know. Uh, they only have 150 units left. I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe. I don't know. I'd like to pull some things off of MetaMask. I'm not a MetaMask fan per se, because I think that a lot of people don't know how to use MetaMask properly, and I give them credit. They've really improved security on their end, uh, and it's but the Ethereum network, you have to do things like pay to disconnect from dead companies. If somebody takes over that protocol, they could arguably, this is my theory, um, access a ton of MetaMask wallets and then pretty much take everything you got. So, my only takeaway is to, when it comes to hardware wallets, again, do your own research, look at Trezor. The other ones are disappointing all the way around. I'm just not happy with them. And then I plan to do another video discussing software wallets, and I'm going to focus on ones that are tied to the cryptos themselves. For example, Zeman, formerly known as Zoom with XRP, um, Lobster for XLM. You could say Lobster versus Solar, we'll say. Um, and we'll take it from there. I might record it tonight. I don't know. I gotta see because I want to put all these links in there for you, and find that video on YouTube from that gentleman who really had an issue with the Tangent wallet. So that's it. I hope I've helped you guys out to understand hardware wallets a bit better. Most important thing is your coins are not on the wallets. It's not a wallet for coins. It's a wallet for your keys. Uh, a wallet for your password. So consider your hardware wallet your password wallet, and it's supposed to be a hard password wallet, like the old school wallets back in the day that used to have a little lock on them. Yeah, that's going to my great grandparents' time, but I do remember seeing those as a kid. So yes, please let me know if you have any questions, any suggestions. Please don't interact with the scammers who are now starting to comment. I try to get them all. There's one that commented earlier today, definitely trying to sell me something. So I didn't like delete and block, but I think I will now because they might not be able to con me, but they might be able to con you. So I want to protect my followers because we're good acquaintances. We're like neighbors, and neighbors help each other out. So thank you. Please leave your comments below and stay awesome. Peace.